At the end of today's discussion, we should be able to 1. Define different types of sampling methods when conducting a survey, and 2. Solve for the number of samples using Slovin's formula. First, let us define what is the difference between population and sample. A population is a group of things that we want information about, and a sample is a portion of the population that we take out to examine and draw conclusions from. Your sample is the group of individuals who participate in your study, and your population is a broader group of people to whom your results will apply. As an analogy, you can think of your sample as an aquarium and your population as the ocean. Your sample is a small portion of a vaster ocean that you are attempting to understand. Properly distinguishing between these two concepts will aid you as you navigate the methodological details of your dissertation. There are various methods of random sampling in an attempt to obtain a sample. Number 1. Random sampling. It is also known as probability sampling. The subjects of the population get an equal opportunity to be selected as a representative sample. Under these are simple random sampling, stratified random sampling, cluster sampling, and systematic sampling. Number 2. Non-random sampling or non-probability sampling is a method of sampling wherein it is not known that which individual from the population will be selected as a sample. All the individuals of the universe are not given an equal opportunity of becoming a part of the sample. The methods of non-probability sampling are the following. Number 1. Convenient sampling, and number 2. Purposive sampling. Number 1. Simple random sampling. It is the most straightforward approach for getting a random sample. It involves picking a desired sample size and selecting observations from a population in such a way that each observation has an equal chance of selection until the desired sample size is achieved. Example: at a birthday party, teams for a game are chosen by putting everyone's name into a jar and then choosing the names at random for each team.
Stratified random sampling. This method is applied when you take the population and divide into a strata or classes. Strata or classes are a group of similar people, and each class must be represented in the study. Slovin's formula is used to calculate the sample size, given the population size and a margin of error. It's a random sampling technique formula to estimate sampling size. It is computed as lowercase n is equals to uppercase N over 1 plus uppercase n times the square of lowercase e. To use the formula, first, figure out what you want your error of tolerance to be. For example, you may be happy with a confidence level of 95%, giving a margin error of 0.05. Or, you may require a tighter accuracy of 98% confidence level, a margin of error of 0.02. Plug your population size and required margin of error into the formula. The results will be the number of samples you need to take. In research methodology, for example, uppercase N is equals to 1000 and the lowercase e is equals to 0.05. To get the sampling size, you have to divide 1000 to 1 plus 1000 times 0.5 squared. You will get an answer of 3.98. Remember that in getting the sampling size, if there is a decimal, always round up. So you will get 4 samples. Let's have an exercise. A researcher plans to conduct a survey. If the population in high city is 1 million, find the sample size if the margin of error is 25%. First, convert the margin of error 25% by dividing it to 100, given the uppercase N or the population is equals to 1 million. The lowercase e or the margin of error is equals to 25%. Convert it to decimal 0.025. Lowercase n or sampling size is equals to 1 million over 1 plus 1 million times square of 0.025. you will get an answer of 1,597.44, or approximately 1,598.
Cluster sampling, defined as a sampling method where multiple clusters of people are created from a population where they are indicative of homogeneous characteristics and have an equal chance of being part of the sample. In this sampling method, a simple random sample is created from the different clusters in the population. Example A. Let's consider a scenario where an organization is looking to survey the performance of smartphones across Germany. They can divide the entire country's population into cities and further select cities with the highest population and also filter those using mobile devices. This multiple stage sampling is known as cluster sampling.
Systematic sampling is a type of probability sampling method in which sample members from a larger population are selected according to a random starting point but with a fixed periodic interval. This interval, called the sampling interval, is calculated by dividing the population size by the desired sample size. Example B. The researcher has a population total of 100 individuals and need 12 subjects. He first picks his starting number 5. Then the researcher picks his interval 8. The members of his sample will be individuals 5, 13, 21, 29, 37, 45, 53, 61, 69, 77, 85, 93.
Purposive sampling. The items are selected in such manner that each of them are rich in information about the parameters that we are trying to study in the population. Example: the pollster assumes that the information he is seeking can be best found from the people with age group 16 to 30. He selects only people from the age range samples. The main target for this sampling is not to represent the whole population but to get sufficient information on fashion-conscious people. Convenience sampling is a type of non-probability sampling method where the sample is taken from a group of people easy to contact or to reach. This is the fastest and the most biased method. The subjects are selected just because they are the easiest to recruit for the study, and the researcher did not consider selecting subjects that are representative of the entire population.